Quicksand. Sounds scary, right? The very word conjures up images of people being swallowed whole by the earth, struggling to escape its clutches. It's like nature's own booby trap, lying in wait for the unsuspecting adventurer. But what exactly is quicksand, and how does it work? Don't worry, it's not the instant death trap you see in the movies. Hollywood loves to exaggerate, making quicksand seem like a bottomless pit ready to devour you in seconds. In reality, quicksand is basically just ordinary sand that's lost its grip. It's a mixture of sand, water, and sometimes clay that creates a unique and tricky substance. Think of it as supersaturated sand, where water has filled up all the spaces between the grains. This saturation reduces the friction between the sand particles, making it behave more like a liquid, but a very thick, gloppy liquid. Imagine trying to walk through a thick soup. That's what quicksand feels like. You'll usually find quicksand near water sources like rivers, beaches, and swamps. These areas provide the perfect conditions for quicksand to form. It loves to hang out where there's a good source of flowing water or underground springs. The constant movement of water helps to keep the sand particles suspended, maintaining that tricky, liquid-like state. So, next time you're out exploring, keep your eyes peeled for areas that look a bit soggy or unstable. These are telltale signs that quicksand might be lurking nearby. Remember, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Nature is full of wonders and surprises, and quicksand is just one of its many fascinating features. Respect it, understand it, and you'll be able to enjoy the great outdoors safely and confidently. Let's face it, movies love to exaggerate. They thrive on drama, suspense, and the thrill of the impossible. It's what keeps us on the edge of our seats, popcorn in hand, hearts racing. But sometimes the line between fiction and reality gets a little too blurry. And quicksand? It's one of their favorite victims. Hollywood has turned it into a terrifying death trap, a surefire way to add tension and peril to any adventure. But how much of what we see on screen is actually true? You know the scene, a helpless hero sinking deeper with every struggle, screaming for help as the quicksand swallows them whole. The more they fight, the faster they sink, until they're completely submerged, lost to the world above. Total rubbish. This dramatic portrayal couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, quicksand is much less dramatic. It's not some monstrous force waiting to devour unsuspecting travelers. First off, you can't fully sink in quicksand. Unlike in the movies, where characters are swallowed whole, real quicksand is much denser than water. This density actually works in your favor. Why? Because humans are less dense than this gooey mixture. Our bodies are buoyant enough to keep us from sinking completely. Think of it like trying to push a beach ball underwater. It just keeps popping back up. You might sink a bit, but you won't disappear entirely. At most, you might find yourself waist deep, which can be unsettling, but it's far from the life-threatening scenario depicted on screen. Secondly, quicksand doesn't suck you down like a vacuum cleaner. It's not some malevolent force with a mind of its own. The real danger lies in the difficulty of movement. The more you struggle, the more the mixture solidifies around you, making it harder to escape. It's more about getting stuck than being dragged to a watery grave. The key to escaping quicksand is to move slowly and deliberately, allowing the water to seep back in and loosen the sand's grip. Panicking and thrashing about will only make things worse. So, next time you watch a quicksand scene in a movie, take it with a grain of salt, or rather, a bucket full of sand. Remember, while Hollywood loves to bend the truth for the sake of entertainment, the reality of quicksand is far less terrifying. It's just another example of how the magic of movies can turn the mundane into the extraordinary. Now, nobody wants to be caught in quicksand, right? It's one of those things that you see in movies and think, that could never happen to me. But the truth is, quicksand is a real danger in certain environments, and knowing how to spot it can be a lifesaver. So, here's the deal. Quicksand can be tricky to spot, but there are a few telltale signs. It's not always as obvious as it seems in the movies, where someone steps in and immediately starts sinking. In reality, it can be much more subtle. First, look out for areas that look wet and muddy, especially near water. Quicksand is often found near riverbanks, lakes, marshes, and even beaches. These areas are prone to having the right conditions for quicksand to form. If the ground looks a bit like chocolate pudding, steer clear. This is a classic sign of quicksand. The ground may appear solid, but it's actually a mixture of sand, water, and clay that can trap you if you step on it. Second, pay attention to the texture. The surface of quicksand often has a smooth, almost rippling appearance. It can look like a giant bowl of jelly, and this texture is a key indicator that the ground is unstable. And finally, trust your instincts. If something feels off about the ground, don't take any chances. Your intuition is a powerful tool when it comes to staying safe in nature. It's better to be safe than sorry. If you have any doubts about the stability of the ground, it's best to avoid it altogether. Take a detour or find a different route. Sometimes, the safest path is not the most direct one. Taking a few extra minutes to find a safer route can make all the difference. Remember, a little caution can save you a whole lot of trouble. Being aware of your surroundings and knowing the signs of quicksand can help you avoid a potentially dangerous situation. Okay, so you weren't paying attention and now you're knee-deep in quicksand. Don't panic, I'm here to tell you exactly what to do. First things first, stop moving. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but thrashing around will only make you sink faster. Think of it like being stuck in mud. The more you fight it, the more stuck you get. Take a deep breath, stay calm, and let's get you out of this sticky situation. Remember, you've got this. Remember how I said you can't fully sink in quicksand? Well, here's where that comes in handy. Quicksand can't defy the laws of physics, and buoyancy is on your side. Try to spread your arms and legs out wide to increase your surface area. This will help distribute your weight more evenly and prevent you from sinking further. Think of yourself as a starfish, chilling out on the surface of the water. It might not be the most graceful pose, but hey, it beats sinking. Now that you're all spread out like a starfish, it's time to make your move. But remember, slow and steady is the name of the game. Try to gently wiggle your legs and slowly rotate your body. The key is to create space around your legs so that the quicksand can flow back in. It's like trying to get out of a too tight pair of jeans. Patience and gentle movements are key. As you create more space around your legs, you can start to slowly and carefully inch your way out. Think of it like escaping from a giant sandy hug. You've got to break free gently. If you can reach a solid object like a rock or a tree branch, grab onto it and use it to pull yourself out. But remember, no sudden movements. We're going for controlled and calculated escape here, not a Tarzan-style swing. This whole quicksand ordeal can be pretty tiring, so remember to pace yourself and take breaks when you need them. If you feel yourself getting panicky, take a moment to center yourself. Lean back slightly to reduce the pressure on your legs, and take some deep breaths. Remember, panic will only make the situation worse. You've got this. If you're really stuck or if you're with someone who's trapped, don't hesitate to call for help. There's no shame in asking for assistance, especially in a potentially dangerous situation. If you have a mobile phone, call for help immediately. If not, try to signal for help by shouting or waving your arms. Remember, 2 heads, or more, are always better than 1. You've faced your fears and escaped the clutches of quicksand. Give yourself a pat on the back. That was no easy feat. Now go grab yourself a refreshing drink and maybe treat yourself to a nice hot shower. You've earned it. So, there you have it. Your guide to surviving quicksand. Remember, quicksand might look scary, but it's not the life-threatening menace Hollywood makes it out to be. By staying calm, using your head, and following these simple tips, you can easily escape its grasp. So, go out there, explore the great outdoors, and never let a little quicksand stand in your way. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more tips on surviving life's challenges. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. And as always, thanks for watching.